Lewis, a difficult 2 days in terms of conditions, but how have you felt on your return to action?
Yeah, it's been a nice return. As you say, it's been cold and very, very, very windy at times. But no, it's been nice to get back out on the grass. For me, it was my first friendly. Yes, to get back out after quite a long layoff. It's been a nice sort of couple of days to ease back into it.
Yeah, and of course, I know for kind of the first half of training, you were watching from the sidelines. You weren't allowed to do a lot, but you were raring to go. And it seems, from the sounds of it, like you hit the ground running since you've been allowed to do stuff.
I hope so. I hope that's how it's come across. Yeah, no, I've as I say, I've had to use my winter slightly different. Obviously, rehabbing the body parts that needed rehabbing and all the rest of it. But for me, it was going away and thinking about what I can do when I do get the chance to train. So I was very sort of meticulous with what I was doing when I did finally get back into the nets. And yeah, I was able to start. I suppose it was fortunate at the time in that the first time I faced bowlers were out in Desert Springs. So everything that I have hit in terms of against bowlers has all been on grass, which, you know, for me is a nice little bonus. You know, the indoor centre's completely different to out there. So to actually get out on grass and be able to train properly and be able to face bowlers, and that has been a nice little sort of period for me.
Yeah, you know, a good opportunity to bat a couple of times over the last 2 days against a pretty strong attack that must put you in good stead for this weekend and then potentially looking ahead to next week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get out there and see where your game's at. I think for the most part I faced more spin than anything else in a pre-season, which in March is unheard of. But yeah, as I say, it's nice just to spend some time in the middle, get, I suppose, the tempo of the game, sort of see where you are in terms of your movements and that sort of stuff, and everything's been really good. As I say, it would be nice to get down, hopefully get down to Oxford and sort of put in a performance there, and as you say, hit the ground running in a performance way rather than just how you train it. You know, it's what you're based on is your performances, and hopefully, you know, I can get out there and put the performances that I want to do early on. And as I say, then hopefully in the background start building up other aspects of my game, i.e. my bowling and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's an exciting sort of period of time.
And from a team point of view, there were a few positives with the bat. I mean, Harry Kane over the last couple of games has really shown promise. Brooke Guest batting at 3. I thought this game he did very well, and overall we were able to stay in for a lot longer and get a bit of experience with the ball.
Yeah, I think if you look at it as a whole, like, our batting stuff's been really good. Lads have obviously worked long and hard. They've gone out there. There's a lot of competition for places. You know, there's some hungry lads there. Obviously, new coaches coming in, fresh ideas, and lads are wanting to stake a claim. And if you can just see it out there, lads are trying so hard to put performances in, and that's what good teams do. They have that sort of fighting for places and pushing each other, and with that then comes results, because people can continually get better and better. And yeah, hopefully that's, you know, we go to Oxford and there'll be people putting their hands up further and trying to keep pushing those places. So it's, I suppose, impossible for you to not play that first game at Middlesex, which is everyone's wanted to do. So yeah, if you are lucky enough that you have that spot, you have to make sure you take it. Bowling's been, as I say, it's been good. We've got a young side in terms of bowlers. I thought Sam Connors bowled really well again. He's shown that he's gone from strength to strength throughout the winter as well. And you know, the other bowlers, they've shown improvement, and you know, you only have to look at first innings here that they've taken wickets, and that's a great sign. And hopefully now going forward they can keep getting better. Their skills keep getting refined, and as I say, all of a sudden then we've got a good sort of foundation to build on throughout the season, and hopefully, as I say, when we get to that Middlesex game, everything's been ironed out and we're ready to go, and you know, we've got our way of playing nailed down, and hopefully then we can start putting in some performances and rectifying the hardship that was last year.